This fucker should be our president.
Who?
Mamdani.
The name is Mamdani. M-A-M-D-A-N-I. As a progressive Muslim immigrant who actually fights for the things that I believe in, I am Donald Trump's worst nightmare.
You would become the first Muslim mayor of New York City. Do you condemn that phrase, globalize the Intifada?
So since Zohran Mamdani's victory, there's been sort of an international debate on Muslims in New York and their compatibility with our city. And when you bastards in Washington, D.C. take away my Medicaid that I need to live, do you know who's gonna fucking be here? The same people that have always been here. My Muslim neighbor. My Muslim neighbor.
Pemilu Walikota New York City, Amerika akan digelar 4 November 2025 mendatang. Dan yang mengejutkan banyak pihak, seorang Muslim muda bernama Zohran Mamdani muncul sebagai kandidat kuat yang mengguncang sistem. Politisi muda ini bukan sekedar ancaman bagi elit New York, tapi juga simbol kebangkitan generasi yang muak pada ketidakadilan dan penjajahan. Zohran Mamdani adalah seorang Muslim sosialis dari Partai Demokrat yang bakal jadi ancaman serius bagi sistem lama di kota itu. Bukan hanya karena umurnya yang masih tergolong muda, tapi karena dia ini seorang Muslim, pro-Palestina, pro-buruh dan anti-kapitalis pula.
If you were to win, you would become the first Muslim mayor of New York City. I want to ask you about an issue that has divided some New Yorkers in recent weeks. You were recently asked about the term globalize the Intifada, if it makes you uncomfortable. In that moment, you did not condemn the phrase. Now, just so folks understand, it's a phrase that many people hear as a call to violence against Jews. There's been a lot of attention on this issue. So I want to give you an opportunity to respond here and now. Do you condemn that phrase, globalize the Intifada?
That's not language that I use. The language that I use and the language that I will continue to use to lead this city is that which speaks clearly to my intent, which is an intent grounded in a belief in universal human rights.
Globalisasi Intifada. Nama Mamdani makin ramai diperbincangkan sejak dia terbuka mendukung gerakan globalisasi Intifada. Tak sedikit yang salah kaprah. Beberapa orang, bahkan media, mengartikan Intifada seolah sinonim dengan terorisme. Menyamakannya dengan teror hanyalah cara licik untuk membungkam jeritan keadilan dengan cap ekstremisme.
This is not just terrible for Israelis and for the Jewish community. This is terrible for Americans. Let me start with the first thing that to me is the most violent and the most vile, which is his whitewashing of what Intifada is about. So he keeps saying that globalized Intifada means something else for different people. That is not true. I know exactly what they mean. An Intifada means a violent uprising against the Jews. It means car bombing and bus bombing and ramming through people with cars. It means stabbing and shooting. That's what that means.
Lalu apa itu intifada sebenarnya? Kata intifada dalam bahasa Arab berarti bangkit dengan mengguncang, seperti seseorang yang menepiskan debu dari tubuhnya. Istilah itu digunakan untuk merujuk pada pemberontakan Palestina melawan penjajahan Israel. Sebuah simbol pemberontakan terhadap ketidakadilan. Intifada pertama terjadi pada tahun 1987 sampai 1993. Dikenal dengan perlawanan rakyat Palestina menggunakan batu. Intifada kedua terjadi 2000 sampai 2005. Lebih terorganisir dan lebih keras. Intifada ketiga mungkin terjadi sejak 7 Oktober 2023. Karena sejak itu muncullah istilah globalisasikan intifada di seluruh dunia.
We must globalize the Intifada. We're gonna have an Intifada in every classroom.
Yang mengejutkan dunia barat adalah gerakan globalisasikan Intifada kini telah menjadi tren di kalangan Gen Z Amerika. Bukan hanya diikuti remaja biasa. Menariknya, gerakan ini juga diinisiasi oleh anak-anak muda dari komunitas Yahudi. Generasi Z Amerika, termasuk dari komunitas Yahudi sendiri, justru mendukung perlawanan Palestina. Di jalan-jalan New York, Los Angeles, hingga kampus-kampus Ivy League, spanduk Globalize the Intifada dikibarkan oleh anak-anak muda. Mereka muak, mereka menolak standar ganda, dan mereka melihat Zohran Mamdani sebagai simbol harapan baru.
As a Jewish New Yorker born and raised in Israel, this is what I have to say about Zohran Mamdani's anti-Semitism. It isn't a thing. Since Zohran's won the primary, he's been subject to explicitly anti-Muslim hate speech. Not just from Republicans, but from fellow Democrats. Laura Gillen said on TV that Zohran made calls for violence against Jewish people. Laura, when did that happen? When did that happen? If you can't answer that question, it's because he never said that. It's because you lied to the public about a Muslim man wishing violence upon Jews. So why am I so pissed about this? Ever since I was a teenager in Israel, I objected to the ethnic cleansing of Palestinians, which is why I refused mandatory military service in the IDF. As an American Israeli, I moved here to New York. And as someone who deeply cares about human rights and climate justice, I was so excited by Zohran's campaign. Zohran is clear about where he stands, but now he has to face lies from his own party. To establishment Democrats, we've now heard these racist implications from many of you. They're dangerous and they need to stop. And they're anti-Semitic. You act like you don't see New York's 1.3 million Jews as people. Just stand-ins for Netanyahu's Israel. You act like all you see when you look at me and my Jewish friends is a big fat check from AIPAC. But Jews are so much more than Israel. I am sick of the kind of anti-Semitism that makes you think otherwise. As an Israeli New Yorker who objects to genocide done in my name, Zohran promised to represent me. Where have you been? Democrats, maybe you feel threatened by Zohran because he's succeeding where you have failed. Zohran won a massive upset against ultra-rich MAGA donors, and he didn't even have to sell himself to billionaires or the Israel lobby to do it. You should be celebrating, taking notes, and partnering with him, not trying to smother one of the biggest beacons of hope in your party right now. In this terrifying moment in history, we need real leadership. It's time to stand up to fascism and racism everywhere. If you can do that, then get out of the way. We have a future to win.
Dukungan Gen Z kepada Zohran Mamdani akhirnya membuahkan hasil. Pada 1 Juli 2025 kemarin, Mamdani sukses menumbangkan rival utamanya, mantan Gubernur Andrew Cuomo, sosok yang dulu duduk di puncak kekuasaan dalam pemilihan pendahuluan Partai Demokrat.
My name is Assemblymember Zohran Mamdani, and I am running to make the city affordable. I'll freeze the rent for millions of tenants, make buses fast and free, and deliver universal childcare. And before you ask, I'll pay for it by taxing the rich. What's more important, however, is that we have a mayor who will actually fight back. And that's what I will do. I am Donald Trump's worst nightmare as a progressive Muslim immigrant who actually fights for the things that I believe in. And the difference between myself and Andrew Cuomo is that my campaign is not funded by the very billionaires who put Donald Trump in D.C.
Mr. Mamdani's right. He's never done anything, period.
Mr. Mamdani.
This is a man who
Mamdani. Just say the name right, Mamdani.
This is a man who has done nothing. He's accomplished nothing. 3 bills are all he passed. He has the worst attendance record in the New York State Assembly. He has never held a real job. He has 0 accomplishments.
I want to be very
clear. And now he
clear.
thinks he's going to be ready to be mayor of the city of New York. Experience matters. And I think inexperience is dangerous in this case. Mr. Mamdani has had a staff of 5 people. You're now going to run a staff of 300,000 employees. To put a person in this seat at this time with no experience is reckless and dangerous.
To Mr. Cuomo, I have never had to resign in disgrace. I have never cut Medicaid. I have never stolen hundreds of millions of dollars from the MTA. I have never hounded the 13 women who credibly accused me of sexual harassment. I have never sued for their gynecological records, and I have never done those things because I am not you, Mr. Cuomo. And furthermore, the name is Mamdani, M-A-M-D-A-N-I. You should learn how to say it because we got to get it right.
Kepiawaian Mamdani dalam berdebat tak hanya membuat kagum Gen Z saja. Bahkan, beberapa politisi tua dari Partai Republik yang dulu anti-Islam kini berpaling mendukung Mamdani. Mengapa? Karena argumennya kuat, karena visinya jelas, dan karena dia tak bisa dibeli.
This fucker should be our president.
Who?
Mamdani dressing down Cuomo at this debate.
Mr. Cuomo, I have never had to resign in disgrace. I have never cut Medicaid. I have never stolen hundreds of millions of dollars from the MTA. I have never hounded the 13 women who credibly accused me of sexual harassment. I have never sued for their gynecological records, and I have never done those things because I am not you, Mr. Cuomo. And furthermore, the name is Mamdani. M-A-M-D-A-N-I.
The name is Mamdani.
Mr. Cuomo.
Kepedulian Zohran Mamdani terhadap keadilan bagi rakyat kecil sangat menyentuh hati seorang wanita Gen Z ini. Saat anggaran kesehatannya dipangkas oleh pemerintahnya, justru tangan seorang Muslim yang menolongnya. Kebaikan Muslim telah menawan hatinya.
So since Zohran Mamdani's victory, there's been sort of an international debate on Muslims in New York and their compatibility with our city. And I'm actually an LGBTQ person that lives in a Muslim majority area here in New York. And I really wanted to share some of the culture shocks that I have been subjected to. It's quiet! Oh my God, it's so quiet. You know why it's quiet? Because nobody drinks here. Oh my God, ain't no noise, ain't no ruckus, except for the day Bashar al-Assad fell. And then the neighbors were doing for like 7 hours. Yalla habibi, like I get it, ding dong, the witch is dead. There's no crime here. There's no crime. We actually have a lower crime rate than the entire state of New York. It is peace and quiet. Do you know what Muslims are drinking at 9 o'clock on a Friday night? Fresh squeezed orange juice. I lived in England for 7 years with white British people. This is the first time I've ever seen happy, sober people in my adult life. It is a vibe here. This is actually the first area I've lived in where I can go walking at night and see a man and not feel scared of rape. I walk down the road and I see a brother and I know my guy is on his way home from prayers. His eyes are cast down, Habibi. Like, I lived my whole life with a pair of tits. His eyes are cast down, Habibi. Like, I lived my whole life with a pair of tits. And this is the first time I'm not scared of men. Oh my God! There was some times where the culture shock was actually pretty overwhelming. Like the time my Muslim pharmacist covered the cost of my anxiety medication for nearly a month and I didn't have insurance. Yeah. Ooh, culture shock. There's actually a Jewish neighborhood like a few blocks away from here. I think this might actually be the one place in the world right now where I can see an Orthodox Jew smoking shisha next to a Yemeni Muslim. Keep my fucking city out of your mouth. We are not your microcosmal geopolitical experiment. This is motherfucking New York City. You want to see white people? Go to Finland. And most of these people are here because of bombs you drop. Most of these people are here because they're fleeing dictators that you shake hands with. And when you bastards in Washington, D.C. take away my Medicaid that I need to live, do you know who's gonna fucking be here? The same people that have always been here. My Muslim neighbors. My Muslim neighbors.
The name is Mamdani. M-A-M-D-A-N-I. The name is Mamdani. M-A-M-D-A-N-I. You should learn how to say it. M-A-M-D-A-N-I. The name is Mamdani. M-A-M-D-A-N-I. The name is Mamdani. M-A-M-D-A-N-I.